Hey y'all, hey, we are back for another video. It's a different type of video. Excuse the movement. I've already got my station set up, and so I don't want to do too much because it's already a janky production, all right? Either way, I am back for the anticipated press-on video. A couple people asked me from other social media platforms. Don't think I'm big over here or anything. Either way, to do a press-on video, so what I'm going to do is take you through my press-on video. I'm gonna try not to make it too long, but y'all know I'm a lady of many words, so I'm gonna try to share like what I got, what worked for me, all that old hoopla. Hopefully the lights aren't too bright. I got lights everywhere because it's dark up here in the studio. Either way, I am going to show y'all the supplies I have, what worked, what didn't work. You don't need to get everything that I have, but you know, it's a little bit of an investment to save on the back end. So let me just show y'all the setup, and then we'll get into the actual installation because I'm overdue. I gave my nails about a 2-week break, but they folding like women in the room with Idris Elba. So I'm gonna need to go ahead and do something different. Forgive my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I wanted to get this done, so I'll be right back. All right, so let's just start with my setup. I got a K-Rite nail drill, and that's just a cordless nail drill with attachments. We got a dust collector here. We got 2 different UV lamps that do 2 different things. This one is a little bit more open and flexible to help me hold my press-ons onto my actual nails. We got a one that you could put your hand in. That's a little bit more high power to cure the whole hand once you've adhered the individual press-ons. Got a couple different brands of press-ons here that I'm going to be choosing from today. Probably going to go with these or these. I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but just showing you that to let you know it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter what type of press-on, because you have the builder gel, and that's going to help you. I got some UV gloves. I got a fingernail file. I got some cuticle remover, a cuticle pusher type of tool, fingernail clippers, some glues that I've used in the past that they're like more of a loose glue. I prefer the brush on now. So we got brush on glue. We got 2 different type of builder gels just to show you that they're options, but I normally go with clear, base coat, top coat. And we got these little standalone things that I adhere the press-on nails to sometimes and put the builder gel on and cure independently. Sometimes I put the builder gel on before. Sometimes I do it after I adhere. It's just, I don't think the order really matters, honestly. So that's my janky setup. Just got an old towel here just to kind of keep the dust and everything down. So let's get into the process. Okay, now I'm going to use the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover to put that on there. It's about a 15-second process. Put that on, push my cuticles back, kind of use my nippers to clean up around the nail bed and to even things out. Like on this, can you see? Nope. On this finger, the cuticle always grows uneven. Like this side always grows higher than the other side. So I'm going to put that dissolver on there and kind of push the cuticles back to make it look more uniform. No shade, guys. To make it look more uniform at the base, so that, because if I put it on with the cuticle looking like that, that nail is going to lean to the left or the right. So I try to make that as even as possible so that the press-on nail sits evenly as well, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and do the cuticle pushback situation here. Let me also add in here, please forgive the angle. I don't do overhead shooting. Y'all know all my videos are full on, so I don't know how to do that. So y'all just here for the information, right? So let me go ahead and just do the cuticle situation. So again, this is just the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. I'm gonna just put all that on here. All right. Now I'm going to take the nippers, these little nip type situations here, and I'm going to clip any extra skin that's lifted up around the cuticles, because if you sit your press on top of that, when it starts to grow out, it'll pull. I'm not a nail tech. Again, that's just what I experienced in my opinion. So I'm just going to clip that skin off, a lot of that extra cuticle meat. I don't know what it is, child. And then if I got any hangnails that's on the inside, any of those internal and external corners of the nails, I'm gonna go ahead and clip those off, because it's a hangnail. Even if you put a press on, they're still going to be hanging. So go ahead and clip that off as well. These, be careful, they're very sharp. Very sharp. Okay, now that that's done, I've already did the cuticle dissolver thingy. Used the nippers to kind of clean up the excess skin around my cuticles. Now I'm going to use my cordless drill thing to sand the nail beds on all. Well, no. I think I'm going to do a shortening because my real nails got a little bit of length, but they thin as hell. And so what I did notice, another little tip, if your real nails are a little bit thinner, the longer they are, the more likely that they're going to bend under the pressure of any kind of nail you put on, press on, acrylic set, whatever it is. So I'm going to cut them down just a little bit, but also on the other side of the spectrum, having a little bit of length on your real nails make the, it gives the press on or any type of nail that you have, give them a little something to hold on to. So I'm going to cut them down just a little, just enough to get rid of a little bit of length, but keep enough where the nail bed is still wide enough to grip everything. So hope that makes sense. But anyway, I'm going to file everything and I'll be back. Side note, I'm using one of the little attachments. You know, most nail drills come with a bunch of attachments. I use the little ones. I don't know which one is used for what. I use the bigger ones for filing out the top coat and filing down my nails when I'm doing a soak off. Not a professional here. This is the janky production, all right? Anyway, go ahead and file these down. And I'm going to use this to suck in the dust associated with filing my nails down. It's going to be kind of loud. Side note, when you're using this, just things I've learned along the way, I don't press it down because I'm heavy-handed. I just kind of let it move across my nail. I don't press down because that's when I start feeling like that hot feeling. I also have it on low. This can go up to like a 20. I have it on like a 2. I don't want to file too much of my natural nail bed down. The thing that I also like about this is you can change the direction. If you press the button, you can change the direction. That way you can go with the grain or whatever that means. So that like when you're going to the edge of the nail, if it's like jumping off the end, it's going the wrong way. So that means you need to change the direction and go from there. So I'm going to file buff all the tops of all these and I'll show y'all where I'm at. Okay, so boom. I have buffed all of my nails. You can use this as well. Sometimes I use this just to make sure I don't file too much of my natural nail off. I'm going to clip my nails down, which I'm just going to, I've already buffed them so you kind of see where they're, oh, can you see? Where they're a little white. And I'm going to go wash my hands. Well, first of all, I'm going to clip them down a little bit, which I already said I was going to do that I didn't do. Clip them down a little bit. Just take this and just round out the sharp edges just to keep that from being a problem. Later, file these corners down so that they don't get away from me, and wash my hands, and I will be back after I separate out my nails eventually. Okay, now I'm all prepped up and I'm good to go. I'm ready to start placing my press-ons. I'm going to go with the medium length Kiss Gel Fantasy Allure, and it's like a, what is this? Cat eye? Let's go with a cat eye type of effect, like a rounded square type of shape. My light is very bright, so sorry about that. So I'm going to go through and pick the ones that are going to fit. What you're looking for is one that's going to go from sidewall to sidewall. So one that's going to kind of touch as far as it can here and as far as it can here. If it's too short, when it lifts, it's going to start catching and it's gonna be agitating. So try to get as close to fitting that full nail bed as you can. A lot of these are numbered under the tips of the nails. They are numbers, so you know if this is a 0, this is a 0, so that makes matching your press-ons a little bit easier. A lot of the Kiss brands, the numbers are the same, so if I'm a 0 in this pack, whether it's a small, medium, or large, I mean short, medium, or long nail, it's the same. It's 0 all around, so it's going to go from like 0 to like 11, 12, you know, different sizes in between. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out my sizes. Also, do not forget to, the little ones that are on the front of the pack are also included in the count. So don't forget to take those out and add them in your mixture when you're looking for your sizes. There's a tiny, I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see it. This is a, girl, I don't know, a 0. So this is the number 0. If you look at the very tip, you may not even see it. Very tip right there, there's a number. You can file it off, but I've never ever been able to see it through the top side of the nail, so it doesn't bother me. And I just kind of go through and test out the sizes to see which one is going to be for me. This one is too long. It's too big. It's too big because it's sitting on my skin, not the nail. So 0 is, yeah, 0. 0 is too big for me, so I'm going to have to go down. So I'm going to go through all of these and pull out the 10 that fit me the best. All right, so this pack is a little bit wonky as I've tried on the 0 and the 1. The 0 is too big because it sits on my skin more than the nail bed. The 1 is a little bit, you're not going to get a perfect fit. That's what I'm here to say. So what I do is, it's a little bit short for me, so what I'm going to do is when I put it on, I'm going to go up from the cuticle a little bit just to give me a little bit more coverage. So let me show you. Hope I can show you. So normally if I sit it all the way down to the nail bed like that, because it's a little bit short on this side of the nail, I'm going to pull it up because the base is a little bit wider. See what I'm saying? So you get more coverage on the outside. If I push it all the way down, I'm reaching the thinner side. God, I hope this makes sense. Let me show you. Girl, focus. Boom. So if it's showing too much nail on the outside, I'm gonna pull it up a little bit. Not that dramatic, but you know, just so it goes up. Or if it's gonna be too much space in between the bottom of the nail bed and the cuticle, what I'm gonna do is I will make sure that the inside of my nail is more covered than I want to make sure this side of my nail is more covered than I want to make sure this side of my nail is more covered than this side. I'd rather have the insides of my fingers be short because I don't have to see them. I don't see that side of my nail often because my hands are normally like this. So I'll cover these sides of my nails if they're too short. So I'm going to go with the 1 instead of the 0 because that fits me a little bit better on this set. Okay, so I've already gotten everything picked out here. I typically operate from, when I lay them out, I go from thumb to pinky. I go that way to keep them organized. These nails are kind of weird. Normally, I'll go like 0 or 1 with the thumb, again with the number system, and then it'll go 4, 5, and 6 because these 3 fingers are pretty similar in size. And then this one is going to be closer to like 11 or 12. This one is weird. I had to do like a 4, 7, 8, 12, 1. Either way, just trial and error. Just try them on. Make sure they're covering your nail beds. They're not sitting on your skin because when they glue down, they're going to glue on your skin. That's going to be a problem as these grow out or later on. The excess. You're not going to be able to... Ooh. The excess. There is a lot of excess, so I normally just keep the extras just in case one pops off or something happens. I'll be able to find another one in case I lose one. So I keep the extras until I'm done with the set. When the set comes off, I don't keep them. Now, when I start buying like the custom press-ons, I don't know how I'll be able to take these off and save them. Not sure. Either way, I file them off. I soak them off. I treat them like any other full set, and I don't keep them. Got my things laid out here, and it's time to apply. Now, what I'm about to say, I'm going to get my lights out here, and I don't do base coat. I feel like, and maybe it's just this brand, what is it, the Beatles? Maybe it's just the Beatles brand. I feel like this base coat, it's very sticky and it's tacky. Even when it's dried down, I take an alcohol wipe and wipe that sticky layer off. But I feel like it gives too much slip up under the press-ons. So all I do is do my prep, file my nails down, do all that other prep stuff I talked about earlier in the video, and then I go in, I go in with my gel glue and start putting them on. I feel like that gives me a little bit more longevity. The longest I've been able to keep a press-on set is about 2 weeks, and then a few of them started popping off, and you know, I'm the type of person, 1 or 2 pop off, they ought to come off. So I don't know why I keep doing that. 1 or 2 pop off, then they all gotta go. So yeah. Okay, I am back. This is the Modelon's. It's a curing lamp, but like I said, it's very flexible. Very flexible. Here's your curing section, whatever it is. 15, 30, and 60. I always do about 60, 90, depending on how much movement I get at the end of the drying time. I use this one because I can angle it up or however I need to, so that I can hold this light onto my finger as I move. Like I said, with the other light, I don't have that flexibility. So I make it very dramatic. So I can put that there, hold the press on, because I hold my press-ons on for dear life until they cure. Like, I'm fatigued because I don't want, even if I get a few air bubbles, that's cool. I just don't want so much so that they start lifting early on. Also, I do this hand. I do my right hand first. So I'm right-handed. Well, I'm kind of both-handed. Don't worry about it. I'm predominantly right-handed, so I will use my non-dominant hand to do my right hand first, and then I do the left hand second. And I notice a difference. You try it out and see what works best for you, because I feel like once the press-ons are on my dominant hand, I can't get in as closely because my nails are on there. So I get a good press. You know, I don't want to have the nails in the way, plus it's my non-dominant hand. That's going to be an obstacle for me when I get to the side. So I'm going to do my right hand first, and then I'm going to come back and do my left hand. So I'm also going to start from outside to inside. So I'm going to take what is this? Press on. I'm going to put just so I was talking about this. I like this. So this glue, hold on, other glue. I have used this glue before and have gotten pretty good results, but this is hard to work with. Like, you gotta, let me show you. You gotta be able to squeeze that glue up out of there. And it's a tacky kind of glue. You gotta be able to get that out of there. You gotta be able to eyeball and guess what size bead is gonna work for which finger. If not, you're gonna get a whole lot of excess and a whole lot of spillage, and putting more on is a hassle. So I haven't used this in a very long time. I like the brush. I feel like the brush on gel gives a little bit more consistency. So it's the same type of gel. It's just a brush, like a fingernail polish, a polished brush. So something else that I forgot to mention, I'm going to take that drill and just scuff up the inside of all these nails, just to put them scuff on scuff, just to give the nails a little bit more to hang on to. Now, what I will say is this particular brand of nails, they're pretty tough. They're not as pliable as like a Dollar General pair of nails, but it doesn't really matter if they are or aren't to me. I'm always going to put the builder gel on just to give them an extra little, you know, a little bit more security. So, yeah, so I'm just lining things up just to make sure everything is good. Sometimes I take the nail and just kind of push that cuticle back some more just to get it to mold to the nail. Again, this is just what I do. Y'all ain't got to do what I do. Trial and error, do what you got to do. And I put it up just a little bit, just so it's not sitting on any skin. So when it grows out, it's not hurting or pulling or being affected by the glue. Just up just a very, very, very tiny bit from the cuticle. And I'm going to put the glue on there. And I'm going to hold it. So what I'm going to do, right, because the rest of this is going to go fast. I'm going to put that on there, right? I'm going to put the glue on there, Make sure everything is covered. Make sure everything is good how I like it. I'm going to hit the 60-second mark. Boom. And I'm going to be as still as possible until this thing cures up under this light. And I'm going to hold it. Like you see how that knuckle right there, like I'm holding very, very tightly. And I want to do that over and over and over again. Sometimes, you know, fatigue and all that comes in and I get weary, but it's okay. I also have over here like some cotton pads. I have this is a makeup brush, but you can get any old brush or just the cotton pads, and I have some alcohol. If you put that on and some of your glue kind of spills out around the sides, clean it up. So I take the brush and I clean that excess up around the cuticles and all that other stuff before I cure it. Because if I cure it, that glue is going to look caked up around your cuticles. You want to make this look unclockable as possible, okay? We ain't professionals. We just trying to save a little coin, right? And a little time. Okay. I think that's all I got for now, so I'm going to go ahead and start putting these on. What I will say is I haven't been doing this for a very long time, just a couple months. I tend to drift towards the one that are like clear or light in color, so that when I put the gel on there, I can see the color change to see that the gel is contacting all parts of my nail. Now for the red nails or some other colorful or more graphic designs, I kind of have to guess. I haven't done a solid color just yet, but I'm sure I'm going to have to just rely on pressure, because you're not going to be able to look through that nail and see all those contact points. So keep that in mind when you're choosing your press-ons. As well, I haven't done a solid color just yet, so I cannot attest to how that works, but I'm just going to make an assumption that you're going to rely on pressure. Either way, I'm going to take a little bit of the brush on gel, and I'm going to just take the brush and put just a little tiny bead at the very back. It's just a little bit. Sometimes I spread it out to just about where I think my nail bed is. Just like so, like that. Put that back in there. Alright, so you'll see just a little bit of glue. So I'm going to take that sucker and put it on my nail. Okay. Alright, see, I'm putting it down and I see I get a little bit of spillage. So I'm going to lift it up. Well, you know, do what you got to do, man. I don't know. I don't got that much spillover. But I'm going to take this and just clean it up a little bit. Now, let's see. It takes a lot of dexterity. Like, you got to, it's trial and error. I'm not going to hold you. Because how I'm going to clean up the excess and hold us down and, right? And you got to make sure it ain't crooked, because I done put on some crooked ones before. You know what I did? I just ripped it right back on off. And take that 60-second light. Hold it up under there. And as I'm curing it, I'm kind of looking around and making sure I don't have that many bubbles, making sure my pressure is consistent across the whole nail bed. After a while, when I feel like it's adhered, I'm going to change the direction and give it more pressure with a different finger, just to be sure. And I hold my hand up close to the light. It's probably curing way down here, but I feel more comfortable up here. I don't care if it gets hot. It'll be all right. We got about 10 seconds left. And that's it. That is your first press on. See it? Now these say medium, but it's giving very much a long, but you can always clip them down and file the shape down if they're too long for you. I'm just gonna let these do what they do. All right, that's the first one. And I'm going to put the rest of them on this hand. All right, I'm on the last nail of this hand. But what I did want to say is, if you got meaty fingers like me, sometimes you got to like you gotta take that sidewall meat and kind of pull that meat down so you can get up in there. So keep that in mind. Okay, I'm done with this whole hand. As you can see here, so they're all on. I did like a 60-second cure under this lamp that has less wattage, but I use it to adhere. So now I'm going to put the hand in the other lamp. I do have the UV gloves. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. Just side note if you don't see them, because the fabric comes up pretty close and I need all my workspace. It just, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Either way, I'm going to put these in the lamp for about 2 minutes and then finish the other hand and I'll come back. Another little tip, I'm almost done with this hand, but another little tip that I use is sometimes I put the gel just in the middle, like so centermost in the center. So I'll do like a strip down the middle of the nail, and a little bit up the side walls. So basically just leave the perimeter, that back you, leave that open, because that'll decrease like the spillage that'll spill out, like, you know, along the sides of along these sides and here of your nail. So I'll leave glue, like put glue here in the center on the inside now and leave that empty. So that's just a little tip as well if you need it. All right, so I have adhered all of the nails and I put them in here for about 2 minutes per hand. So that's what the press-ons are looking like currently. Got a few little air bubbles here and there, but it don't bother me. Like, you really can't even tell where the air bubbles are. If you can, you're too close to me. So it's cool. Got a little bit of spillage on some of the nails where the glue is, I didn't wipe it off before curing. So what I do is, once I'm done with the builder gel, I'll take this and kind of go along the cuticles to file all that gel off. So that'll be fine. So what I'm going to do now is, this is the Model ones, whatever you want to call it, the builder nail gel. Now these are pretty stable. Honestly, these are pretty thick. Again, it doesn't matter to me if they're already pretty thick. I do like 1 coat. If they are paper thin, I do like 2 or 3. So I'm probably just going to do 1 this round, just to add a little bit more stability. So that is almost the same consistency as the nail adhering gel. So I'm just going to go with I start out with like a pretty thin layer, and then if I have to do a second one, I'll come back with a second thin layer. But for these particular ones, I'm just only going to do 1. And what I do is, so this is my, this is my brush. I just pretty much wipe all the product off except a little bit on the bottom. And I will start like not all the way down here at the cuticle, just so I don't have that big glob of product. I'll put it like part ways, like up here. And then I'll just work with that 1 bead, spread that out thin. And if I need more, I'll dip back in and put them in, because this builder gel, however it dries, is how it's going to stay. I have had some where I've put it on too thick, and when you look at them this way, you can see like it was a mound of product and all that other good stuff. Again, these are all things like, if it bothers you, if you got a little bit of obsessive compulsive properties like me, then it would agitate you a little bit. But to the naked eye, down to the target, ain't nobody gonna know. And if you're that close to me in real life, you're too close, and I'm gonna poke you in the eye anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my builder gel on all 5, well, all 10, and I'm gonna cure. Okay, so I've put just one little very thin layer of gel builder on top, just to give them some extra, shink-da-dinks or whatever, extra little, I don't know, y'all, it's been a long night, extra reinforcements as far as bendability and keeping them sturdy. Now what I'm going to do, I should have did this before I put the gel coat on, but some of them have like little tabs on the end, and those are sharp. So I'm just going to take this and file those little tabs down so that I'm not scratching myself every 5 seconds. And I'm also going to take this and clean up the cuticles a little bit. And I'll be back. All right. Also, if you look up under the nails here and you got like a whole lot of glue that kind of cured into these little bubbles or whatever, you can take this thing here and just kind of file that down as well. If not, debris and all those little stuff that get up under your nails, they will stick to those little balls of extra glue, and it's just not going to be appealing. So you just take that and just go inside those nails and file that extra glue down that you didn't clean up before you cured. So yeah. Okay, now I've done all of my cleanup and cleaned up my cuticles and cleaned up the extra glue and filed the tabs off, the tips of them and everything else. So now I'm going to take a cotton pad and take some of the alcohol and wipe some of that sticky top coat off because they look a little dull. To wipe that off at the top of the builder gel. And then I'm going to take the, what is this? The Beetles gel polish, the top gel. I'm just going to do another quick little paint job and cure it, and that is everything. I think that's everything, so I'll be back if I have anything else to let you guys know at the end. All right, I am drying this last hand, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about this Beetles gel polish top coat. Maybe invest in a different brand or get rid of this a lot sooner. This has become very chunky and a little bit hard to work with. I know some people put like a drop or two of acetone in there to thin it out and make it a little bit easier to work with. I've had this for a while, so I might just throw it out and get a new bottle. I don't think it's been difficult since purchase, but keep that in mind. Over time, this stuff gets chunky and it gets weathered and worn, especially if you're not using it all the time. So just throw it out and get a new one. Or in the case of like, you know, these polish type bottles, some people drop acetone in there to thin it out so it's easier to work with. If not, it's going to be a little chunky and it's going to be a little bit hard to navigate, but just wanted to tell you guys that as well. Also, I probably should have cut them down just for my own comfortability, but I'm just going to work with it. But if you are going to cut it down, do that before you add your builder gel, just so you don't waste that product on length that you're going to end up cutting down. Everything is cured. I like doing clear just to kind of hide the imperfections because I'm not that good at painting nails, so keeping everything clear makes the imperfections a little less visible. What else do I got? When you're painting your nails at all levels, whether it's builder gel, top coat, base coat, whatever, make sure you're going, I go a little bit here, so I go up and I also get that tip as well. And I think that's it for now. Either way, this is the set press-ons. Few imperfections, but gets the job done. Got two thumbs. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. It's like a pearl iridescent type of color. And yeah, that's it. I don't know how the girls test the wearability. I guess you just got to trust me in knowing that they are not bending. Ain't nothing sponsored, so you can rest assured that that's not a factor. You know, got the clackers back. I might get about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. It took me like 2 hours, closer to 3 hours to put this on, but that's simply due to the fact that I was making a video. On a normal time frame, I'll go anywhere from like an hour and a half, just taking my time at each stage, which is about the same time as a full set, so not too bad, but you can do it at home. If you move a little faster, you can probably get it down about 30 minutes or so to get a full press-on set applied. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think that's everything I could think of. don't be overwhelmed at the fact that you have to, will potentially have to buy everything to get started. At a minimum, maybe get that flexible UV light that I showed you, the smaller one, not this one. The drill, and that's more for taking them off, honestly. The builder gel, the UV light, and the drill. If you want to get started, top coat, sure, you can get that from anywhere. I think all the products don't. The only products that really matter to me are the builder gel. You're going to need the builder gel. Brush on. That's going to be your holy grail as far as getting these to last and not bend. Oh, your glue gel. So your glue gel, your builder gel, your brush on glue gel, your builder gel, your UV light, and your drill. So those are going to be your 4 must-haves if you want to get started, in my opinion. I think that's it. Now, I haven't done like a full set. I do have like some clear ones that, and some cat eye little polishes and some gel polishes that I'll be working with in the future. Haven't tried it, but that's just as far as painting the blank canvases. The application is going to be the same. That is it. That is my personal video. Again, sorry for the angle. I don't have a proper thing to give you an aerial view. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know, and I'll try to answer as much as I can in the comments. Let me know if anything else you'd like to see from me. Otherwise, like, comment, share, subscribe, or whatever it is that you feel like doing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.